G'day folks, Mad Aussie here and welcome to the Aussie Report. In this episode we're going to take a look at the Cashless Debit card, the Cashless Welfare card. It has a few names. It is a debit card trialled by the Australian government from 2016 onwards, which quarantines income for people on certain income support payments to encourage socially responsible behaviour by not allowing the owner to purchase alcohol, gamble or withdraw cash. The cards are attached to a separate account managed by Indue, into which 80% of the income support payment is paid. In addition, the Cashless Welfare card only allows users the card to buy products at approved sellers that support the electronic MasterCard or Visa payments. It cannot stop users from buying restricted goods at shops that sell both restricted and approved goods, such as supermarkets that sell alcohol. Bill payments are set up by Centrelink to automatically be paid by the card. An earlier income management card, the basic card, was trialled in the Northern Territory. And so moving on to mainstream media article here. This is from SBS. It was posted on the 3rd of June 2022. This is titled Cashless Debit Card to be Abolished in Australia after Scathing Report on Ineffectiveness. And scrolling down, it goes on to say, the Cashless Welfare card is set to be terminated after a new report found that the program failed to prove a reduction in social harm. The Social Services Minister, Amanda Rishworth, announced that the report released by the Australian National Audit Office, ANAO, highlighted the lack of evidence to demonstrate the effectiveness of the card. In a statement released on Friday afternoon, Ms. Rishworth said briefings have already begun to discuss the termination of the cashless welfare cards, delivering on Labor's election commitment. The former coalition government spent more than $170 million on the privatised cashless debit card, money that could have been spent on services locals need, Ms. Rishworth said. The scathing report from Auditor General Grant Heer said the government had not demonstrated that the cashless debit card program is meeting its intended objectives. The Department of Social Services also failed to implement previous recommendations made about evaluating the program and undertaking a cost-benefit analysis. Mr. Heer labelled the department's oversight largely effective, but criticised the former Morrison government's lack of internal performance monitoring for the scheme. The cashless debit card program extension and expansion was not informed by an effective second impact evaluation, cost-benefit analysis or post-implementation review, the report reads. The federal government started a trial of the program in 2016, placing up to 80% of welfare recipient payments on the card. They cannot withdraw money placed on the card to buy alcohol, gambling or cash-like products. The trial affected many of the larger Indigenous populations in Ceduna in South Australia, the East Kimberley region in Western Australia, the Goldfields region in Western Australia, the Bundaberg, Hervey Bay and Cape York regions in Queensland, and the Northern Territory. The card had been spruiked by a previous coalition government as a solution to encouraging socially responsible behaviour by limiting the amount of cash that can be spent on drugs and alcohol. In response, the Department of Social Services accepted a recommendation to develop internal performance measures and targets to evaluate whether the program is effective. But it rejected an external review of the second evaluation of the expansion of the trial, as the department believed it would give taxpayers bang for their buck. An external review will not generate additional evidence or insights and would only reiterate data availability and accessibility constraints, the department's response said. The cost of the program in 2020 to 2021 reached $36.5 million, with 16,685 people participating as at February 2022. A report by the ANAO in 2018 found the monitoring and evaluation of the program by the department was inadequate. The Albanese government promised it would scrap the card, but said it would first consult with communities where the scheme has been trialled. So he has promised to scrap the card, but he is going to consult with the communities where it's been trialled and see what they've got to say, I guess, first. And from my understanding, there's been a lot of outrage from the communities and protests and stuff like that, over the last 6 years or so that the card has been in place. It's kind of invasive in a way when you've got to justify small spendings and get permission to buy underwear or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, leave a comment, let me know what you think, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you all on the next episode.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.